Bullies filmed a deaf elderly woman crying outside a diner. Then the bikers showed up. 83-year-old Marina Hol, completely deaf, visits diner daily to feel connected. Teens led by Troy Maddox mock her, film her struggling, push her down. As Marina sits helpless, 9 motorcycles arrive. Guardians of Solace, led by Rogan Vale, form protective barrier. Sometimes cruelty awakens protection from unexpected places. Sunrise Diner, Saturday afternoon, 2:00 p.m. 83-year-old Marina Hol stood outside holding small paper bag. Lunch she'd just ordered. Grilled cheese sandwich. Same thing every Saturday. Same table by window. Same routine providing comfort in silent world. Marina had been completely deaf for 15 years. Illness had stolen hearing at 68. Husband had died year later. Children lived 3 states away, called monthly. Visited annually if convenient. Marina lived alone. Small apartment. Fixed income. Social Security barely covering rent and food. But Saturday lunch at diner was non-negotiable. Cost $8.50, worth every penny. Not for food, for feeling, for watching life move around her. Families laughing, couples talking, children playing. She couldn't hear them, but she could see them, feel their energy, remember what connection felt like. Today, 5 teenagers blocked path to door, led by Troy Maddox, 17 years old, high school senior, social media influencer, with 50,000 followers watching him pull pranks for entertainment. He'd spotted Marina, elderly, alone, confused looking, perfect target for content. Marina Hol had been vibrant once, school teacher for 40 years, loved music, sang in church choir, hosted dinner parties, laughed loudly at husband's terrible jokes. Deafness had stolen all of it. Music became memory, conversation became isolation, laughter became silence she couldn't fill. She'd learned sign language, but nobody in her small town knew it. She'd learned lip reading, but people spoke too fast, turned away, wore masks, making it impossible. World had moved on without accommodating her. She'd learned to navigate alone, shopping with written notes, banking with printed forms, living in bubble of silence society refused entering. Saturday diner visits were only social interaction. She'd sit by window, order same meal, watch families, imagine their conversations, pretend she was part of world instead of just observing it. Staff knew her, were patient, wrote down orders, smiled genuinely, made her feel human. Today, she'd never make it inside. Troy had different plans. "Hey, lady," Troy shouted, knowing she couldn't hear. Friends laughing, phones recording. Marina saw lips moving, tried reading them, couldn't understand. Too fast, too exaggerated. She signed, "I'm deaf. I can't hear you. Please let me pass." Troy mimicked her signs mockingly. Friends doubled over laughing, comments flooding his live stream. "Hilarious. Do more. Make her dance." Troy clapped behind her head loudly. She didn't react, proved she was deaf, made comedy funnier to audience. He grabbed napkin from her bag, held it out. When she reached for it, pulled it away. Classic bully move, timeless cruelty. Marina's face showed confusion, then recognition, then devastation. She'd seen this before, children mocking disabled classmate, adults laughing at person struggling, cruelty disguised as entertainment. She tried walking around them. Troy stepped sideways, blocking path. Friends formed circle, trapping her. Phones recording from multiple angles. "Please," Marina signed desperately, "just let me eat my lunch." Troy pushed microphone toward her face, pretending to interview. "What's it like being deaf? Can you even understand me? Say something funny." Marina stepped back, lost balance. Troy's shoulder nudged hers. Not hard, but enough. She fell. 83-year-old body hitting pavement. Sandwich rolling away. Palms scraping asphalt. Blood welling, glasses cracking, and 5 teenagers kept filming, kept laughing, kept performing for audience that rewarded cruelty with likes and shares. Day 1, Saturday, 2:15 p.m., thunder arrives. Marina sat on ground, trying to push herself up, hand shaking, blood on palm, glasses broken, sandwich ruined, dignity shattered. Teens kept recording, Troy narrating. Old lady can't even stand up. This is content gold. Nobody helped. Cars passed. Customers inside diner watched through window. Nobody intervened. Society had learned, don't get involved. Not your problem. Someone else will help. Nobody did. Then rumble, distant, growing. Thunder rolling beneath pavement. Troy ignored it. Too focused on views climbing. 500 watching, 800, 1,000, going viral. Rumble grew louder, deeper, vibrating through ground until even Bullies paused. 1 motorcycle, then 2, then 9. Guardians of Solace, black leather, steel badges, riding in formation, deliberate, purposeful. Led by Rogan Vale, 56 years old, club president, retired Marine. Man who'd spent 30 years protecting people who couldn't protect themselves. He saw Marina immediately. Elderly woman, on ground, bleeding, surrounded by teens holding phones, recording instead of helping. Rogan's jaw tightened. He'd seen cruelty before, combat, poverty, abuse. But this felt different. This was recreational cruelty, entertainment cruelty, cruelty for profit. He turned off motorcycle, dismounted, walked toward Marina. 8 brothers following. Day 1, Saturday, 2:17 p.m. Protective barrier. 9 bikers formed half circle between Marina and teens. Physical barrier. Silent message, this ends now. Troy tried laughing. Chill, dudes. Just making content. Nobody's hurt. Rogan looked at Marina. Blood on palm, broken glasses, trembling hands, tears on weathered face. He looked back at Troy, said nothing. Didn't need to. Expression said everything. Kira Vale approached Marina, Rogan's wife, 48 years old, deaf since birth, ASL interpreter professionally, Guardian of Solace member personally. She knelt, signed clearly. You're safe now. Are you hurt? Can I help you stand? Marina's eyes widened, recognition flooding face. Someone speaking her language, someone seeing her as person instead of prop. She signed back. Thank you, my hand, my glasses, my lunch. I just wanted to eat lunch. Kira signed. We'll get you new lunch, new glasses if needed. Right now, let's get you standing. Let's get you safe. She helped Marina up gently. Rogan stood, faced teens. Still hadn't spoken. Didn't need to. Day 1, Saturday, 2:20 p.m., silent confrontation. Rogan finally spoke, voice quiet, controlled, more threatening than shouting. Delete videos, all of them, now. Troy laughed nervously. Free country, man. First Amendment. We can film whatever. You filmed elderly disabled woman falling, laughed while she bled. That's not free speech. That's harassment, assault, elder abuse. Delete videos now. Or what? Rogan stepped closer. 6'3", 250 pounds. Presence like granite. Or I call police. Show them footage of you pushing disabled senior citizen, pressing charges for assault, harassment, elder abuse. You'll lose more than social media followers. You'll lose college admissions, scholarship opportunities, clean record, future, your choice. Delete videos or face consequences. Troy's friends were already deleting, hands shaking, reality hitting. This wasn't funny anymore. Troy held out longer. Pride, ego, 50,000 followers watching live stream. Rogan pulled out phone, started dialing. Troy deleted videos. Live stream ended. Phone lowered. "Good choice," Rogan said. "Now apologize." To her face, using sign language so she can understand. "My wife will teach you how." Troy's face went white. Entertainment had consequences. Cruelty required accountability. Sometimes justice arrived on motorcycles. Sometimes protection came from people society feared more than protected. Day 1, Saturday, 2:30 p.m., apology. Kira taught Troy basic signs. "I'm sorry, I was wrong. I won't do this again." Troy signed awkwardly, uncomfortable, humiliated in front of remaining friends and gathering crowd. Marina watched, read signs, understood words, saw shame on his face. She signed back, "You hurt me, not just body, heart. I'm person. I have feelings. I come here every Saturday because I'm lonely, because world doesn't make space for deaf people. You made it worse. You made me feel invisible and mocked at same time. Do better. Be better." Troy nodded, couldn't meet her eyes. Friends had already left, scattered, performance over, consequences real. Rogan spoke to remaining crowd. "Anyone else record this? Post it anywhere? Delete it now. This woman deserves dignity, not going viral for being victimized." Several people deleted videos, some reluctantly. Entertainment value trumped ethics until bikers made ethics non-negotiable. Guardians of Solace escorted Marina into diner. Staff rushed over, concerned, guilty they hadn't intervened earlier. Rogan ordered, "Fresh meal, her regular, on me, and someone bring first aid kit, her hand needs cleaning." Day 1-2, Saturday evening to Sunday. Aftermath, before all videos were deleted, some had been shared, fragments survived. Different angle, not teens mocking Marina, but bikers protecting her. Local news picked up story. Motorcycle club protects deaf senior from teen bullies. Response was overwhelmingly positive. Finally, someone standing up to entitled kids. Bikers showing more humanity than bystanders. This is what community protection looks like, but also criticism. Bikers intimidating teenagers? Vigilante justice? They should have called police, not threatened minors. Troy's parents contacted Rogan, demanding apology. "You traumatized our son, threatened him. We're considering legal action." Rogan invited them to diner, showed them security footage, full incident. Troy mocking Marina, pushing her, filming her bleeding, laughing. Parents went silent, horrified. "We didn't know. He said bikers attacked him randomly. He didn't mention victimizing disabled elderly woman," Rogan finished. "Convenient omission. Your son needs consequences, not protection from consequences. That's how entitled bullies are created." Parents left, subdued, promised addressing Troy's behavior. Rogan doubted they would. Society preferred protecting bullies over holding them accountable. Day 3-7, Monday through Saturday, Marina returns. Marina didn't return to diner Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. Fear had replaced comfort. What if teens came back? What if bikers weren't there? What if next time was worse? Thursday, Kira visited Marina's apartment, knocked, waited. Marina opened door cautiously. Kira signed, "We've missed you at diner. Are you okay?" Marina signed, "I'm scared. What if they come back? What if you're not there? I can't defend myself. I can't even hear them coming." "That's why I'm here," Kira signed. "Guardians of Solace wants escorting you every Saturday, making sure you're safe, making sure you can enjoy your lunch without fear. Will you let us help?" Marina hesitated. Pride warred with fear. Independence warred with reality. She'd spent 15 years proving she didn't need help, didn't need accommodations, could navigate world alone. But she couldn't. Not anymore. Not safely. She signed, "Yes, please. I miss my Saturdays. I miss feeling connected. I miss being part of world." "Then we'll make sure you can be," Kira signed. "Starting tomorrow." Day 8, second Saturday. Return, Marina walked to diner Saturday. Nervous. Guardians of Solace were waiting. 9 motorcycles parked outside. Rogan, Kira, and 7 brothers. They escorted her in, not as guards, as friends, companions, people who saw her as person worth protecting. Inside, staff had prepared, reserved her usual table, fresh flowers. Note written, "Welcome back, Marina. We're sorry we didn't help last week. We will next time. Your family here." Marina cried. Happy tears. Tears of belonging. Tears of being seen. She ordered grilled cheese, sat by window, watched families. But this time, she wasn't alone. Kira sat across from her, signing stories, making conversation, filling silence with connection. Other customers noticed. Some smiled, approved. Others felt convicted. They'd watched last week's incident through window, had done nothing. Bikers had done everything. But Troy's friends were there. 3 of them, sitting in corner booth, watching Marina. Phones hidden, but present. Rogan noticed. Message was clear. Intimidation didn't require filming, just presence. Just reminder that cruelty could return any time. Sometimes protection required vigilance. Sometimes one intervention wasn't enough when bullies persisted. Day 8, Saturday, 3 p.m., escalation. Marina finished lunch, happy, safe. Kira had signed stories for hour. Connection Marina hadn't felt in years. They stood to leave, walked toward exit. Troy's friend stood too, followed, not obviously, but deliberately. Outside friends positioned themselves, between Marina and her apartment direction, blocking path, not touching, not speaking, just standing, smirking. Rogan stepped forward. "Move." "Public sidewalk," one said. "Free country." "You're intimidating elderly disabled woman. Move or I'm calling police." "For what? Standing? We're not doing anything?" They were right. Technically, no physical contact, no verbal threats, just presence, just intimidation society couldn't legislate against. Marina was trembling, memories flooding back. Last week's humiliation, fear, pain. This was happening again. Different method, same cruelty. Rogan called police, explained situation. Officer arrived 10 minutes later, listened to both sides, looked at Marina trembling, looked at teens smirking. "You're not breaking law," officer told teens, "but you're being jerks. Clear message. Leave this woman alone. Next time, I'll find reason for arrest, loitering, disturbing peace, something, understand?" Teens left, slowly, making point. They'd leave when ready, not because forced. Officer told Rogan, "I can't protect her 24/7. You can't either. She needs restraining order, legal protection, not vigilante justice." "Restraining order requires proving harassment," Rogan said. "Videos were deleted, her word against theirs. System won't protect her." "Then what will?" Officer asked. Day 8, Saturday, 4 p.m., community meeting. Rogan called emergency meeting, not just Guardians of Solace, entire community, diner owner, staff, regular customers, business owners from block. Marina sat in center, Kira translating everything into sign language. "This woman comes here every Saturday," Rogan said, "for connection, for feeling less alone. Last week, teens terrorized her. This week, they intimidated her. Next week, it'll be worse, unless we stop it." "Police can't help," Laws require proof. Teens are too smart. No cameras caught intimidation, no witnesses willing testifying. But we can help. Community watch. Everyone here commits watching out for Marina, walking her home if needed, calling immediately if teens return, making clear harassing vulnerable people isn't tolerated here. Marina deserves what we all take for granted: safety, dignity, right to exist in public without fear. Who's willing helping provide that? Every hand went up. 30 people, committing to protecting one elderly deaf woman, not because law required it, because community demanded it. Diner owner spoke. "I'm ashamed I didn't help last week. Watched through window, did nothing. That changes now. Marina eats free here forever, and anyone harassing customers gets banned permanently." Others made commitments. Walking routes adjusted. Saturday schedules rearranged. Community restructured itself around protecting vulnerable member. Marina cried. Signed to Kira. "Why? Why do they care? I'm nobody." Kira signed back. "You're everybody. What happens to you could happen to anyone. Protecting you means protecting community's soul." Day 15, third Saturday. Community in action. Following Saturday, Troy returned with 6 friends. More intimidation, more presence, testing community commitment. They found 30 people waiting, not just guardians of Solace, regular citizens, business owners, students, elderly, families, all wearing yellow ribbons, symbol of support, visibility, unity. Troy approached Diner. 30 people formed wall, not threatening, just present. Message clear: you're outnumbered, you're not welcome, leave. Troy tried laughing. "What is this? Marina's fan club?" "This is community," Rogan said. "Protecting one of our own. You're done here. Find different entertainment, different target. Marina's off limits, permanently." Troy looked at 6 friends. They were already leaving, outnumbered, outmatched. Performance no longer fun when audience condemned instead of applauded. He left, didn't return, found easier targets elsewhere. Cruelty required vulnerability. Marina had community. Community eliminated vulnerability. Marina entered Diner. 30 people applauded, not pity. Celebration. She wasn't victim anymore. She was community member, protected, valued, seen. Sometimes it takes one act of cruelty to awaken collective compassion. Sometimes one deaf woman's dignity becomes entire community's responsibility. 3 months later, community transformation. Marina's story had rippled outward. Local businesses installed visual alert systems, flashing lights for deaf customers, written menus at every table. Staff trained basic sign language. Library started weekly ASL classes. Free, open to everyone. 50 people enrolled first session, including Diner staff, business owners, families. Town installed visual crosswalk signals, flashing lights, vibrating poles. Accommodations that helped everyone, not just deaf community. Guardians of Solace expanded mission, not just Marina. All vulnerable residents, elderly, disabled, isolated, monthly community rides, checking on people, building connections, creating safety net systems, ignored. Marina wasn't alone anymore. Kira had become genuine friend. Weekly dinners, shopping trips, conversations in sign language, connection. Marina had thought impossible. Diner reserved table every Saturday. Marina's table, plaque installed. Recognition that one woman's courage had transformed community soul. 6 months later, Community Celebration Town held celebration. Dignity Day, honoring Marina, honoring guardians of Solace, honoring community transformation. Marina stood before a crowd of 200, Kira translating spoken words to sign. Rogan translating Marina's signs to speech. 6 months ago, Marina signed, I fell on pavement outside diner. Teenagers mocked me, filmed me, made me feel invisible and ridiculed at same time. I thought, this is how world sees me. Deaf, disabled, disposable, entertainment for cruel people seeking likes and shares. Then motorcycles arrived, 9 bikers I'd never met. People I'd been taught to fear. They formed wall protecting me. They demanded apology. They escorted me to safety. They gave me dignity when everyone else gave me nothing. Kira's voice carried Marina's words. Crowd, silent, listening. I stopped going to diner for a week. Fear controlled me. Then Kira knocked on my door, asked me to return, promised protection, promised community. I didn't believe her. 15 years being deaf taught me, world doesn't accommodate. World expects deaf people adapting to hearing world, never other way around. But you proved me wrong. She gestured to crowd, to businesses with visual alerts, to people wearing yellow ribbons, to ASL class graduates signing along with her. You learned my language. You installed my accommodations. You changed your community so I could be part of it, not so I could fit in, so I could belong. That's difference. Fitting in means changing yourself. Belonging means community, changing to include you. Rogan spoke next. Marina thinks we protected her. Truth is, she protected us from becoming community that tolerates cruelty, from being bystanders who watch instead of act, from forgetting how we treat most vulnerable members defines who we are. Troy Maddox thought mocking deaf woman was entertainment. 50,000 followers agreed. Society rewards cruelty with views, likes, profits. We decided not here, not to all people, not anymore. Town mayor spoke. We've passed ordinance. Harassment of disabled individuals now carries automatic community service requirement. Offenders must complete 50 hours volunteering with disabled communities, learning who they've victimized, understanding humanity they've denied. We've hired full-time ASL coordinator, free classes for all residents, because language access is civil right, not luxury. We've partnered with Guardians of Solace, creating volunteer protection network. Vulnerable residents can request escorts, companions, watchful eyes. Nobody walks alone who doesn't want to. Marina concluded, 6 months ago, I fell. 30 people watched. 9 bikers helped. Today, 200 people stand here proving cruelty can awaken compassion. One incident can transform community, and sometimes scariest-looking people are gentlest souls. 200 people stood, signing applause, hands raised, waving, visual celebration deaf woman could see. Participate in, lead. Sometimes cruelty awakens protection from unexpected places. Sometimes one deaf woman's dignity becomes entire community's revolution. 1 year later, sustained change. Marina at 84 thrived. Weekly dinners with Kira, monthly community events with Guardians of Solace, daily interactions in town where businesses accommodated her. She wasn't isolated anymore. ASL classes had 200 graduates. Businesses employed deaf individuals. Schools taught sign language as second language option. Visual alerts were standard everywhere. Troy Maddox completed court-ordered community service at Deaf Community Center, learned ASL, met people he'd mocked, wrote public apology acknowledging harm caused by entertainment cruelty, changed college major to deaf education, partial redemption. Guardians of Solace received national recognition for disability advocacy. Chapters nationwide adopting similar protection programs. Most significantly, town became model. for disability inclusion. Other communities visited, learned, implemented similar changes, proving accessibility wasn't burden but investment in everyone's dignity. Years later, Marina spoke at National Deaf Advocacy Conference. Story of falling outside diner, bikers arriving, community transforming, inspiring hundreds of similar protection programs nationwide. Kira and Rogan remained close friends. Proof that connection transcended hearing status, required only willingness to meet someone in their language. Town's visual alerts and ASL access became legally mandated nationwide. Marina's fall had changed legislation. Sometimes one elderly woman's dignity sparks movement, transforming how society treats vulnerable people. Sometimes teenagers filming cruelty for entertainment awakens collective shame, requiring action. Sometimes 9 motorcycles arriving means difference between isolation and belonging, between invisibility and being seen, between victimhood and community protection. Sometimes scariest-looking people are gentlest protectors. Marina taught everyone, disability isn't individuals' problem to solve alone, but community's responsibility to accommodate. Cruelty for entertainment isn't harmless fun, but violence requiring accountability and protection means changing environment so vulnerable people can safely exist, not changing vulnerable people to fit hostile environment. Sometimes that's all it takes. One fall, 9 bikers, 30 witnesses choosing action over apathy, 200 community members choosing inclusion over convenience. Proving kindness can overpower cruelty when enough people decide humanity matters more than comfort.